Okay, this video is to help you guys get signed off when you are doing your Moodle training with either Chris Peppers or Jelena so that you can pass. So take it from me, it's not as easy as it looks. Hopefully this video will help you be able to pass first time and make me look really stupid because it took me 3 times. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So one of the things is demonstrate screenshot creation and usage. So utilizing the screenshot and you can do the snipping tool. So right here, I have a snipping tool. I just put it in my toolbar and typed in snipping tool and it comes up. So you can do that, or you can just do your screenshot on your or print screen on your keyboard. I like snipping tool personally. So you're going to hit new and you're going to copy whatever it is that you want to copy. And what I do is I file and save as, and you need to save it as, you need to name it, of course, whatever it's going to be. So screenshot, and save it to your pictures. And then you can upload it into Moodle using the screenshot. So if you wanted to go ahead and add it in here, so you're going to add an activity and a file, and you can put it right in there by importing from here. So as you know, you can control the size here, so you can put, you can name it whatever, so screenshot, and take the image here, find or upload, choose a file, and you're going to go to your pictures and find whatever it was. So it was screenshot. So these are in order. As you can see, I have a lot of pictures for my students. Pick it and you can put it in right here. You can change the size. You're going to want to put a description. Screenshot. Helps if I spell it right, right? Screenshot. And insert so that it's all in there. Now you can hit this button right here to expand it so you can see the size of what you're dealing with, okay? I use that often just to take a look at what the image is going to look like once it's put into the Moodle page. So you can change the appearance and you can have it as a pop-up or embedded or whatever, and you can change the size of it to whatever you'd like also, okay? And you can hit save and return. I'm not going to, I'm going to go ahead and cancel, so because I don't want it to do it. But it'll upload the image just like here. So sometimes I'll do that to send the students the enrollment key. So one of the things that you're going to have to show is the enrollment key, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So define and locate the course homepage. So this is the course homepage. This is my sandbox, as you can see here. So breadcrumbs right here, and this is topic 0 right in here, okay? The navigation block is one of them. So number 3 is utilize the navigation block. So if we scroll down, you can see here, I've got administration block right there and my navigation block. So all good to go. And we are going into locate and disseminate the enrollment key. So here's the enrollment key. So I'll either do a snipping tool or I'll highlight it, copy it, and paste it into an email using Jedgy. So if I go into Jedgy, you find the class. If you right click on it, you can send bulk email. So you can send the bulk email and send the students the enrollment key so that they're able to get into the course, okay? So it's very case sensitive and character sensitive, so it's important that you get the students the proper enrollment key. So copying and pasting it is the best way, because then they copy it and paste it into the course so that they can get into it. All right, so the next one is utilize the course administration block. So here's your navigation block right here, and then your administration block. Now you can dock it and it'll park it up over to the side. I like mine open all the time, so I always have it open so that I can get around pretty quick and easy within the course. But you can park it, it's up to you, totally up to you. Change role within the course. So this is the users. So you're going to go to users, and if you click on the arrow, you can see you've got different items here. So I always go to enroll users, and you can come in here and you can take the person out as a manager. You can add or enroll users right here, and you just type in their name. So if I wanted, let's just say Therese Gatto. There she is, and you click enroll and finish enrolling, and she's going to populate as a student. If you want them to come in, or let's just say you want to change that, you can delete her there, remove, or I can change her role to instructor. Okay, so I can delete, I can change her, I can do whatever. Okay, so open here, that's how you enroll users into the course. So if you have a student who's not enrolled or you want another instructor to take a look at it, that's what that's for. So to access the enrolled users, the easiest way I think is to go ahead and just take a look at the grade book. That's how you know who's enrolled in the class. So if you just look at grades, you can see everyone enrolled within the course with their email. So if you need to get a hold of them. And then Jeji is the great way to send out emails because it'll record all of your emails and send an email to you in addition. So I really like to use my Jeji. The next one is access and set up the Moodle gradebook. So the gradebook is here. You're going to gradebook setup at this point. And as you can see, this class was copied over from a prior year. So we've got quizzes and labs, and we've got all kinds of stuff going on in this class. So one thing she's going to have you do is go ahead and add a category. So you're going to click on that. You're going to say whatever you want it to be called, extra credit. And you're going to save the changes. Okay, so at the very bottom, you're going to see extra credit right there. Okay, so if you wanted to move, let's say lab report 2, so if you look at the top here, these are weights. This is your max grade actions, so we can edit the settings of that. We can reset the weights. So if she wants you to change it and say, okay, in the quizzes, we want you to change it to 40%, so you're going to go ahead and edit settings and you're going to change it to 40%. Okay, that's how that works. So if you want to adjust any of these, you can by hitting the edit button. So if you want to move one, so let's say we want to take quiz 1 and just make it extra credit. So you want to select it. Okay, you can select all or none, or just highlight the one that you want. So we're okay. So quiz 1, we want it to be in the extra credit category that I just created. So we have it there. We're going to move it to extra credit right there. So it's going to load it, and you'll see under extra credit, we have exam 1. Okay, so that's how you set up and you move your grade. So category is like exams, quizzes, homework. Add a grade item would be lab 1, lab 2, lab 3. If you put them in an assignment already, it's going to populate into the gradebook setup automatically, but you need to make sure that the percentage weights are correct. Okay, so you can come in here and you can use this, so 40%, and you can set the values here so it's correct. Okay, so that is the gradebook in a nutshell. Let's see, define and edit topic 0. So this right here, up here, is topic 0. So if you want to edit topic 0, you're going to hit the cogwheel, and you can see that we are now in topic 0. Okay, if you want to restrict access, you can add restrictions. So after activity completion, a lot of the times we'll do that with the syllabus. So date, grade, edit, user profile, restriction sets. So a lot of times we use the date to edit to keep students from jumping ahead. So this is how to edit your ground 0, is this little cogwheel right here. Edit topic titles. That's an easy one. So here is my topic title. It's weekly lab assignments. You just click on it, type whatever you want, hit enter, and it'll save it. Or you can hit the pencil and you can change it and hit enter, and it'll save whatever changes you have. Set topic access restrictions. Okay, so here is your topic. We're going to come under here, under edit. We're going to edit select section. Hit that, and then you can see restrict access. So here. So we always want the syllabus receipt and agreement to be on, and it must be 100% in order for the students to see this. So access restrictions, students must match all of the following for the syllabus receipt and agreement, and that needs to be on each of your blue topic titles. Okay, so 100%. You can also add additional restrictions. So I set a date restriction of June 26, 2018 at 2:40 in the afternoon. Will this release for the students? I could also add another restriction for a grade or a user or whatever else. Okay, so you can add in additional restrictions as needed. Okay, so we've got our restrictions done, and we want to add a label. All right, so I just did this in a class earlier today for students who did not do well. I just gave them a little note of encouragement. So if you go under and you want to add something, so you can see label right here. Okay, so we're adding a label. And what this is going to do is just give a bold banner for the students to see. So, you know, I'll just say, helps if I spell it right, keep working hard. So we're just doing a little quick, and we can do a smiley face, yay. And we can take this and we can change it. Now I usually take it to heading 2. That's the size that I like. I like it bold and italicized, and you can change it to a different color. So we'll make it purple, why not? And that's good. And you can look, you can expand all and take a look at what everything is. So the students can mark it as complete. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have a date. There's no assignment due. So you can save and return to course. And you can see what you added. It always shows up at the bottom. Now these little arrows, you can move it wherever you want. Okay, so just a little note of encouragement. This is called a label. Okay, so yeah, I put labels in all over the place, so you can see the weekly lab documents. So those are all labels. Upload documents using best practices. Okay, so when you upload a document, so let's just do a syllabus. Okay, so everything has to be in a PDF. So if you scroll down, you have file. I don't use folder unless I have a bunch of like worksheets for the students. Otherwise, I just use file. So I can type in new syllabus, and you can hit to add the file, choose the file, and we're going to go under physics 2, why not? And I'm just plain, I don't care about the syllabus at this point, but let's just pretend that this is the syllabus right here, and you add it. So it's a PDF. You always pick the PDF, you upload it, and you can look at all the different things. We don't change much, but we will go to in pop-up. You're going to show more. Now I just double these. So I just say, okay, I want it about 1200 by 900. Okay, by 900. And everything else is good. If you want to set a date that you expect them to look at it, you can. And you can save and return to course. And loaded. So new syllabus. So as you can see, it opens up in a pop-up window and is a good size for the students to be able to view. Okay, so that's how I do mine. Everyone will change the size to a little bit different. Chris Peppers has the size listed that she likes. I just double the size, and it's fine as long as it's a new size in a pop-up window. So one more time, edit settings. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it, expand all, and in pop-up, show more, double what was there, and it comes out to be the size that's good. Okay, so make sure it's a PDF. Whatever it is, make sure it's a PDF, in pop-up, and double the size. All right. So, explain and utilize tick boxes. So if we go down, so here, if we go into edit on the syllabus that I just did, and we expand all, come come down, so right here, activity completion, completion tracking. Students can manually mark the activity as complete. Now that is going to give us those boxes for them to check off. Show activity as complete when conditions are met. Now, do not indicate activity completion, so that doesn't matter if they need to mark it or not mark it. This comes up as a default. Students can manually mark activity as complete. We want that on so the students can check off when they've finished something so they can keep track of exactly where they are. So that is the activity completion tick boxes. Access the activity completion report. Okay, so let me get out of that. We're going to come down to your administration and you're going to go to reports. So click the arrow and you see you have a competency breakdown, logs, live logs. You're going to go down to activity completion. And here are all the assignments listed. So you are able to look by student with the tick boxes what is complete. Okay, so this is a really good way to track if the student is on track or not, if they're missing assignments, quick and easy rather than scrolling through the grade book. So this is the easier way to do it. So this is your completion report. Demonstrate quiz module settings best practices. Okay, so when you are looking to build a quiz, so you're going to come in, you're going to grab the quiz, you're going to add it, you're going to name it whatever, so according to what you're deploying, of course, and you type in whatever. I open up all of these and I set all my parameters. So I set the timing that it's supposed to go, I set how long that it's going to be open for. So they'll have from, if it's an online quiz, from Wednesday to Sunday or Wednesday to Friday until, Wednesday at noon till Friday at, 11:55. So I'll set the time so that it cuts them off when it's due. Okay, so I'll set the time here. So sometimes it goes to 59, sometimes it goes to 55. I haven't figured out why or what. But within that time frame, they only have 40 minutes to complete the quiz. So I usually set a time frame. I usually do 2 minutes a question. You can put it in your grade category based off of what's in there. So extra credit, forums, labs, quizzes. So you pick quizzes and you put in the grade to pass, whatever, however you're going to do it. Now, I like every question to be, so I like the students to see one question at a time because that's how the national exam is set up. It's set up to give the students one question at a time and they can flag them and go back to them. So I set it up as every question. Now, shuffle within the questions. I don't like this. This doesn't work for our program because we show the students a lot of images and it's like, please define what label A is showing. Or the corpus callosum is which letter. And then if you scramble it, it's like it doesn't go A, B, C, D. It goes D, B, A, C. It's like, oh my gosh. So it's really confusing for the students. So when you're doing your Moodle skills checkoff, make sure you explain that we turn this off because we are labeling a lot of images. And it's very, very confusing for the students. So we do not turn shuffle within the question. So coming down, for best practices, you need to turn off these. I always have these off on all my quizzes because I don't want them to see the answers when others haven't taken it yet. So while it's still open. So after the quiz is closed, we allow the students to see all the questions to study from because we write new quizzes every year. But best practice is not to allow them to see the questions. You go over the exam with the students right away and then you hide it. So the students can come in the office and review it in the office. That is best practices. In our Rad Tech program, we allow them to see all the questions and the answers to study. It's more important that they know the answers than, cheating. So, all right. So, and all the questions are out in the universe anyway. So, but best practice, have all three of these off. Okay. Everything else is just fine. Now, here, students can manually mark activity as complete. And we have expected completion on, and we have the date. So I always put the date on when I want or expect the students to finish the assignment. Okay, so this is something I always set and it populates in their calendar for them. All right. We're getting there. Only a few more. Let's see. Utilize the question bank using best practices. Okay, so going into the question bank, one thing she's going to ask you to do is create a category. So you're going to come under, you're going to go to question bank. You're going to go to categories. Okay, so she's going to ask you to create a category. So if you look here, when I did my quizzing, she had me label SLO 03, explain the rationale for using beam limiting devices, okay? It's going to come up indented, so just move it over. So it's going to come up looking like, maybe, it's going to come up looking like this. It's going to be off to the side. You just take the arrow, move it over, okay? So it's part of all the rest. So she's going to have you name a category. So the main thing is that she's looking for, and she's going to ask you what you're going to name it. So you're going to name it according to the student learning outcomes on the syllabus. So that is best practice. So you're going to create a quiz that is based on best practices from the syllabus student learning outcomes. Okay, so student learning outcomes is what she's looking for. Okay, so you're going to label, you're going to name it, whatever. So here you can see student learning outcomes 3, explain the rationale for using beam limiting devices. Okay, so remember that. So when we come back up and we go to just the question bank, we'll go to sandbox just so you can see. And then we're going to come down. I know I scrolled a lot. I'm sorry. We're going to go to question bank, and we already created the category. So that's our SLO 3s, right? So we're going to go to the questions or whatever she asks you to do. And you're going to say, okay, what exam or quiz has the questions that I need for this SLO 3, the rationale for beam limiting devices? So it's probably in exam 1, image quality and scatter control. Okay. So if I click on that, it's going to give me all my questions. So she's going to ask you, how do you add a question to your SLO 3 quiz? So you're going to duplicate this question right here. So you're going to click duplicate and yes, save, and it's going to duplicate it right here. Okay, so as you can see, I've done this a few times. So you're going to click on the one that you want to go. You're going to do that for all the questions that you want for the quiz. So you're going to duplicate them, then you're going to pick which ones they are, and you're going to take it and you're going to scroll down to the bottom. This is a long exam, 100 questions is normal for me. And you're going to find right here the SLO 3, explain the rationale for using beam limiting devices. So I want to move that question, I duplicated it, and I want to move it into the SLO 3. So I'm going to hit move. So as you can see, I have the question here. So there is the question for my SLO 3. Okay, so you're going to do that until you have all the questions for your SLO for that, that SLO. All right, so does that make sense? I hope so. So the next one is, where do you go for Moodle help? This is kind of a trick question because they used to have Moodle help right up here. So you could look over here and you could find, so here's the library, students' responsibilities, here's the catalog, policies. So, you know, you have 2 different spots where you can get to the library, which is great. She's going to ask you, where's the library? So library is right here, but their help used to be right here. So now there also was at the bottom of our Moodle page was help. Now there's no help. So I'm not sure. The answer that I gave that passed was that I go to YouTube and I search YouTube for help. I also will Google and see if I can find a document that I need, but I will also email Jelena or Chris Peppers to get the answers. So I passed it using those, but I don't know where the help buttons went. They are no longer here, but everyone knows to contact Chris Peppers or Jelena to get the answers to the questions you have. So where to go? Email, Google, YouTube. Demonstrate online course request form access and usage. That is a great one, and I'm trying to think for you guys, how to do that. Uh, I have a document that is emailed to me, and it's a live online document. So you should not have to worry about that. So you just, if she asks you how you get your course request form or access or usage, you go through the program director to get those, okay? Edit course number, name, and description. So the one thing is I thought I could just come up here in 0 and do it, but no. You need to come down here and you need to click on edit settings, okay? So this is how you change your course number, name, and description. So right here is the course name and description, okay? So make sure that you go under your edit settings button. Let me cancel this. So enrolling a non-editing teacher. So kind of the same thing as looking at your users. So you go in and you click on your users and you enroll users, just like I enrolled Therese, and she's in there, so I can take her and change her to a non-editing teacher. So I could go here, non-editing teacher. Okay, so we're going to take out Therese Mescato. All right. Okay. Change a non-editing teacher's enrollment to instructor. So here, I'm going to take her to instructor. Okay, so you just click on this box right here. Perfect. All right, so that should be everything to get you through to pass this Moodle training. So I hope it helped. I wish you the best of luck, and let me know if there's something incorrect. Thank you.